Hi everyone, my name is Saurav and today we are here to have a discussion on a very important, a burning issue in our country right now, and that is the NEET scam. I will call it a NEET scam because there is ample amount of evidence in our country or which is there in the public domain which shows that it is a scam. And we will talk about it in detail, obviously, in this particular discussion. And we'll also talk about what are the other paper leaks, what are the other irregularities in other examination that has happened over the years. And we'll also touch the aspect of who are the people who are responsible. We will also see that how it is impacting different stakeholders, how it is impacting the students, how it is impacting the parents and other people around the country. The last thing that we are going to talk about is the solution. How can we solve this issue from happening again?
Sir, like we all know nowadays, paper leaking is a common issue among the students. And because of one paper leak, we all have to face circumstances. We can't imagine what a student is going through after years of hard work, their family, what are they facing. And we will talk like what NEET, in detail what happened in NEET and so on we will do.
Obviously. Okay. Yes. You want to add, what is your initial opinion about this particular scam which has happened?
Yes, paper leak is a major crime. Like 24 lakh students have applied for that exam.
24 lakh family.
Lakh families were affected. Like they also sacrificed for their child exam.
Yes. They have to cut their television, network.
They have to cancel the plans and everything. Like whole family sacrifice for the child exam.
So we will talk about that in detail. So first of all, let's talk about like how, like is NEET the only exam that has resulted in so many irregularities, or are there other examination across country where we have also seen evidences of irregularities?
Like sir, nowadays paper leak is very common. So the history of paper leak, we can't forget the Vyapam scam.
Vyapam is one of the biggest scam in Madhya Pradesh, and I think in that particular scam, multiple people have been arrested, and also when the police started investigating the case, multiple people were found dead under mysterious circumstances as well. And I think the case is still going on as well.
The scam started in 2009 when the medical entrance paper was leaked, and then the government came to know that there are many flaws in government as well. So that time the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, leader Shivraj Singh Chauhan, he investigated. He ordered for investigation, but after 4 years nothing happened. Till 4 years nothing happened. But after 4 years,
the case was handed over to CBI.
Like when media started reporting, police started arresting people, and then the case came like that in 2015. 37 people were murdered. Media reported the deaths of
under
people.
mysterious circumstances, obviously.
Like one of the students was 19-year-old student, Namrata Damod, whose dead body was found in near Ujjain railway station. In the tracks, and firstly police claimed that it to be a suicide, but after the medical report
and after investigation they found that it is actually a murder that has happened. Okay, so Vyapam is one of the cases which is again related to the medical entrance examination as well, because at that time earlier NEET was not there, and a NEET has started happening in 2016. Before that, I think there was AIPMT, or All India Pre-Medical Test, and all the different states used to conduct these tests in their own states. So the states had much more control over the admission in their government colleges.
So in past 8 years, there has been reported that 50 plus major paper leaks have been happened.
I read a newspaper report of Indian Express,
yes, sir,
which said that in the last 5 years alone, there have been 41 instances of paper leaks across India. That shows that 41 on an average every year, how many, almost 8 examinations in India, in different parts of India are being leaked. The papers are being leaked, or there are some kind of irregularities in India. So I'm sure this is a major crime, because what you are doing is you are affecting the student's dream, you are affecting, or you are starting a system where students do not have any faith in the government examination. That is what is going to happen.
Sir. And due to which almost 1.4 crore aspirants were affected. So I think this number is so much
A
as
significant number, obviously,
yes,
a very
sir.
significant number, and that shows that Indians, or especially the Indian students, because of these irregularities, they are not able to realize their potential, and they continue to prepare for these examinations, losing the valuable years of their lives. So, and the people who are having merit, they are not being selected, and the people who are not having merit, they are being selected, and because of that, less quality professionals are being churned out by these kind of colleges. Yes. So, there is this, data regarding that. Any other data that you want to point
So,
out?
and last year, Telengana state PCS exam has also been leaked, in which 49 arrests has been happened. So that is also, if a state PCS
Examination is being leaked.
is leaked. So we can say that corruption is starting from
Yes,
the
obviously.
base route only,
Obviously, and that too a PCS exam.
and that to a PCS exam.
Where
that's
the top level government employees are being selected. So if those government employees have been selected by unfair means, who will stop them from using unfair means when they get elected or when they get their post? Then they are the ones who are going to do corruption to recover their money. And that is how the corruption in India continues forever. This is a chain which is continuing forever. So yes, so Telangana is one state which is there. I think Rajasthan is a state which is known in recent times for multiple paper leaks, and because of that, the government of Ashok Gehlot also fell in the recent assembly elections.
So in past 5 or 6 years, there have been 14 paper leak
14
incidents.
papers
Yes,
in
sir.
14 paper leaks in Rajasthan alone in the
Yes,
last
sir.
5 years.
It was highest in overall
Across India.
Yes,
So that is a significant data. What does it tell you? It tells you that the state government somehow must have a role to play. The state government employees must have a role to play, because under their production, under their supervision, only these examinations are being conducted. So again, that is a major issue. And why are we leaving our own state of Jharkhand as well?
Yes, sir.
In Jharkhand recently, I think in this year only, there was a issue of paper leak in JSSC paper,
Yes, sir.
and there were also allegation of paper leaks on the JPSC paper as well. So that itself tells you that this is deep rooted issue across India, and there is an organized system which is conducting this kind of a event on a regular basis, and there is nobody who is willing to take on these education mafias, these the organized crimes which are happening. So let's now focus on the issue that we are talking about, which has highlighted and which forced us to have a discussion on this, and that is the NEET scam. NEET is an exam where people give that examination to get selected in the government colleges. There are 40,000 seats in the government colleges which provide affordable medical education. Apart from 40,000, there are multiple other private medical colleges as well which provide medical education at a higher cost, which not everybody can afford. So the fight is for these 40,000 seats only, and NEET is an exam where a student who has potential, they can give exam and get into these medical colleges and become a good doctor. So now, when there is a allegation of scam in these kind of examination, what it does is it shakes the belief of a student on these examination. Suppose this happens in IITs. Suppose this happens in UPSC, nobody can think about it. But still, if it happens in UPSC, then where is the trust? Then there will be no trust. There will be again trust deficit which will develop, and which has developed because of this exam. I think initially it was CBSE which was conducting the examination from 2016 to 2019. I think for 3 years. 2016, 17, and 18. So three years they have conducted, and from 2019 it was NTA, National Testing Agency. So they have taken over the control of the examination. They are conducting the examination. So what do you think? Like in this examination, we have seen in the public domain there are many irregularities. Let's talk about these irregularities one after another. So first issue, what do you think is the first issue which has happened in NEET? Why are we calling it a scam?
Like, sir, according to me, first issue is the grace system.
The grace marks.
Grace marks. Firstly, it was not there, but NTA is telling that they have given the grace marks because people because they were late due to 10 minutes, delayed 10 minutes. So in that 10 minutes, people can do many sums, and because of that, they are raising grace marks literally 47-48%.
Yes, because there were a lot of requests or some PILs were filed in certain courts, and that's why they have said that because of those cases being filed. So they said that, okay, to compensate those people who have arrived late at the examination centers and due to some technical issues, the examination could not be conducted for them, and that's why we have given grace marks. The question is that, okay, it's all right that you are giving the grace marks, but where is the precedence? There is no precedence to it. That till now, NTA or in any of the examinations of NEET, no grace marks has been given. I'm pretty sure that there have been other instances as well where people may have come late or there could be some kind of technical, issues. But how come you are giving the grace marks now when there is no provision of grace marks in your guidelines? So this is again a major issue. Apart from that, the second issue, what I want to highlight is the number of toppers that has emerged in this year. Although it is said that it was said in the NTA report that 50 out of those, there were 67 toppers who got a perfect score of 720, and 50 out of those toppers had received a grace marks. And this is why most of the people got that 720 perfect score.
So in till last year examination, only 7 students have managed to score 720 out of 720.
In the last multiple years.
But right now we can say, see in this exam only that 67 students have scored perfect score.
Yes.
So I think this is something unusual. Maybe this is a coincidence, but there are so many coincidences happened in this exam only that this is not normal.
And this is not normal, and this raises doubts and suspicion in the minds of the people. And that's how people are alleging on it. And NTA has so far not been able to provide a proper answer. And that is why it is becoming more and more concrete for people to have doubts on this NTA.
And sir, also NTA has stated that they have given grace marks according to a CLAT exam
judgment of Supreme Court in 2018.
Yes, sir.
And 2018, in that particular judgment, Supreme Court said categorically that this judgment is not applicable for engineering and medical colleges.
Sir.
And NTA has used that judgment to give grace marks. So again, they are violating, although they are saying that they have taken it from a judgment of Supreme Court, but judgment clearly stated. How come they are so ignorant that they do not focus on that part, that it is only for non-engineering or non-medical colleges? I have also found, while I was researching on this particular topic, that a particular center in Haryana, that is Hardyal Public School, and that is in Bahadurgarh district. In that particular center, there were 6 toppers. 6 toppers at a particular center, which is very difficult to imagine that how come there are 6 toppers, 23 lakh people are giving the examination and 6 toppers who are there at a particular center only. This also is a major reason for doubting the NDA statement.
Talking about centers, in Gujarat also there is a center in Godhra, Jayaram school something. So in that school, student from
different states,
Odisha, Jharkhand and Karnataka, like from
different
very
states,
far states, have put their center in that. So in that also it was stated that many irregularities were there.
Yes, many irregularities there, and then local school teachers, they have demanded 10 lakh rupees from all the students. There were involvement of a BJP leader as well, and the other education mafia people who were also involved and who took 10 lakh rupees from everybody, and they said that they are going to help them clear the exam. And so that, and there was investigation and people have been arrested over there as well. The same thing has happened in Bihar as well. In Bihar, I think the economic offense unit in Bihar, they have caught on the day of the examination, or before that they were doing that investigation, and they have caught 13 people from a safe house in I think in Patna. They have caught 13 people and they have arrested 4 people, and they are telling other 9 students to please to join the investigation part. So over there were evidences. There was an allegation that these people met at that particular place, and the mobile phones of the students were taken away, and they were given the answers, they were given the question paper and all that to revise and prepare themselves. Then these education mafias, then they dropped them at the education center only, such that they do not tell the answer or question to anybody else. And then after the examination, they were about to meet at a particular place, and then they used to get their phone back. So, but the police got to know about it when they raided that place. They found that those question paper, they found the burnt question paper as well, and they arrested 4 students after the examination on May 4th, and then the investigation is still going on. So there is a series of data or series of evidence that the Patna police is having with them, which shows a clear-cut evidence of paper leak which has happened, है ना? Which again has to be investigated and has to be found out that how come a national level exam like NEET papers are with these kind of people. There must be some kind of leakage which has happened, and that alone is a reason for cancelling this exam. Yes.
So one more incident was there about the registration of the examination. Like registration date was from 9 February to 9 March.
Yes, 9th March.
So
Yes.
if a testing agency have to like extend the registration date, so they just extend from that day only, like from 9 March to some date.
Yes, yes.
But they have reopened after one month.
They first of all they extended it for one week till 15th or 16th of March, and then they again opened it again for a couple of days
from 9
April 9th and April 10th.
One day only, I think.
Yes,
so.
one day.
From 9 April to 10
April. Yes,
and
yes.
in that day 24,000 application was received.
So that is again unprecedented.
Yes, sir.
That has not happened in the past. So there are so many things which are happening for the first time in this particular exam, and that is a major reason for a lot of people to have disbelief or suspicion on NTA, and NTA on its own part is not giving sufficient arguments to make people believe that whatever it is stating is correct or there is no foul play in this particular game. Yes.
Sir, and one more incident, that the result was to be declared on 14th June. But it was in 4th June.
It was preponed.
Preponed, and because
On 4th June, when the entire country was busy watching the news
Elections.
as to see that which party is going to form the government, and there was a lot of confusion, chaos going on across the country. People were not looking for this thing, for the results, and I think secretly, not secretly obviously, but they declared the result purposefully on this particular date, such that people do not highlight the irregularities in this examination.
and all medias were also busy
Obviously,
reporting.
media will cover the election result because that matters more. Obviously, there is no argument against it. But I think that again is one more reason to doubt the intentions of NTA. Organized gangs, education or mafias who are conducting this thing, and it's high time we need to act on them. It's high time. I'm telling you, it's a high time, because I think the people of India, especially the students, the youth of India, is frustrated with the system. And that's why the performance of BJP, I think it was in UP, why it was so low. I think I would also attribute it to the frustration that a lot of youth in India had with BJP, that how come you are taking actions in all important matters, but you are ignoring this important aspect where education, where your country's future is dependent on. So again, this is a major cause of concern, and if it is not adhered to, if it is not looked upon, I'm sure it is going to lead to more disaster later on, because the people have a tolerance limit. If the government or the Supreme Court or any other organization will not look into it, I'm sure that tolerance limit will be crossed, and it can lead to a lot of chaos and anarchy and lawlessness in our country as well. So that we should not let that happen, stretch to that point.
Like, sir, a student study for getting a government job, they study years and years, and this is not only sacrifice of a student, whole family is involved.
The good meritorious students are not able to get into these colleges and get education, and the people who have got into these colleges with the help of money, obviously they will not take it very seriously, because they have not done with the hard work, they have done it with their father's money, so they will not take it seriously, and ultimately we are going to get bad doctors, affecting the overall health aspect of our country. Yes, so that is one of the impact. Yes, any other impact of this particular scam that you can think about?
As it gets unnoticed, but common people will also be affected, as you said, like undeserving doctors will get the medical degree. And that too in from prestigious colleges, so they will be in such a good hospital, or people will trust on the basis of their degree.
Yes, yes.
So obviously they will get they will not get result. They will get common people will get affected.
They will be affected, and their trust on the government hospitals or big hospitals will also vanish.
Yes, sir.
Gradually.
Yes. And so brain drain is also one of the
very important aspect of brain drain. Yes, can you elaborate on that?
Yes, sir. Like seeing these types of paper leak, and children get demotivated, and they have to opt for education outside the India.
They have to, because there is no other option left. Because even serious students, in spite of giving multiple attempts and giving their 100%, they are not getting into these colleges. And when there are news reports of these kind of scams coming out, so how can they believe? They will say that my hard work is not being valued. Why should I do a hard work in this country where my hard work is not valued? I should instead go somewhere else where it is valued. So they will go somewhere else, and they will benefit that country. So so again, that is a major cause of concern.
I remember in Russia-Ukraine war when it started.
Yes.
So many students were evacuated. So people were questioning why they have to go and study outside.
Yes.
So
they don't understand. This is the reason.
This is the reason why they are
going out, and this is a very valid reason.
Yes, sir.
For a lot of people were blaming them.
Yes,
they were blaming them. They have gone to Ukraine because they could not get into India. How will they get into India when Indians who have merit, they are not getting into Indian colleges? You're taking money to get Indians into these colleges. Who will trust your institution? And I'm sure there is a big setback, there is a big blot, a dark chapter, a black day for NTA and NEET and medical education in our country, because you have completely shaken the belief of students. Because till now there were no such issues which were there. But this issue is of that magnitude that a lot of serious aspirant who used to have trust and belief in Indian government, in Ministry of Education, in NTA, in NEET, that belief will be shaken.
And
obviously.
Sir, and also due to this, government will notice the education system. They have largely ignored. They have ignored every time the education system.
Yes, no doubt about it.
They have to look
I actually had a belief that this government will do something for the education, and with the introduction of national education policy, I felt that there is some kind of change which is happening. But again, I think that is just been theoretical. There is no change on the ground. It's been, I think, more than 10 years of this government in power. And I don't feel, especially in this education sector, there is a lot of difference. Because I myself is a teacher. But I believe that I don't see a lot of changes in the school system. The way it was going on earlier, the same thing is going on even now. No tangible change I can feel. So I believe that it is a failure on the part of this government to not do anything on this aspect.
So one more aspect, that it's literally hampering the student. Suicide rates are increasing.
So a student who is giving 2 years, 3 years, sometimes 4 or 5 years of their life at such a young age, and to get into good medical colleges in India, suddenly they will realize that in spite of their hard work, they could not get selected. So, and that's why I have heard recently that in last year alone, more than 13,000 people had committed suicide, and large majority of them are students only. So that shows what? That shows that that they are at a very fragile state, and you are pushing them into these things. So now let's also talk about how can we move ahead from here, because this is not a condition that people want to be in. Our country also needs to go forward. We need to find a solution to this particular problem. Can you guys suggest me certain solution to this problem? Yes.
So these are government exam.
Yes.
So government interference is must.
Yes.
So they should make more stricter law. Mm-hmm. Like we can see in
this year,
early 2024 in February 5, they introduced public examination bill.
Prevention of unfair means, which has now been converted into act.
It has been passed.
Yes.
So in that they have said that an individual who has been caught
using
unfair means, so they have been arrested for 3 to 10 years.
If they are found guilty, if they are found guilty, they will be punished from up to 3 years. From 3 years to up to 10 years, depending on severity of the crime.
And sir, they also have to pay the compensation of 1 crore rupees.
Up to 1 crore rupees fine will also be collected from individuals, and also from service providers and other organized criminals who are
everyone who is involved in
exactly. So and yes.
So I think government should implement this law more
very strictly.
Like they have been doing it from a long time, and law has just come. Mm. So I think they have been
A little late, I
set,
think.
set example from this law.
I think the government is already very late in introducing this particular kind of legislation, which was required much earlier, because this is not happening since 2024. It has been happening for the last 15 years as well. And in this particular exam, in this particular act of that Public Examination and Prevention of Unfair Means Act of 2024, there has been cases, there has been talks about making it even more severe compared to what it is right now. From 3 years to 10 years, again for an individual it is all right. Fine of rupees 1 crore, again it is fine. But 1 crore fine, the service providers are charging 50 to 60 lakh in NEET examination from every candidate. In Patna, when the investigation is going on, it was said that they collected almost 30 lakh to 50 lakh from every candidate.
Every candidate.
So I think the fines are much lesser. It has to go even further than that. And I think more focus should not be on the collection of fines. Obviously, fine should be all right. It should be high enough to stop the people from committing the crime. But the punishment should go even beyond that.
Yes, sir.
I think 3 years, a lot of people will get away with 3 years as well, which is not a significant punishment for an individual or for a group of people or mafias who are conducting this examination and playing with the future of the lakhs of students of our country. So that again, I think the terms of this particular act should be more severe.
Yes, sir. And this exam NEET scam is the perfect time to set the example.
Yes.
If they found guilty doing such things, so government should take action, and it will set an example for upcoming exams.
Obviously.
And upcoming service provider also, that
they should not indulge in this kind of thing. So I think one more aspect which requires some kind of change is the NTA itself, because NTA was a body which was formed in 2017 it was made an autonomous body such that it can be independent from government control, and it can generate confidence of the people, and it will be more transparent. I think they have failed in all three aspects. They are not generating enough confidence, and because of that, ultimately what has happened is that people are raising questions on NTA as well, which is a government body. So I think the government needs to update or make it even a better body, or make it completely secure body, such that these kind of things are not happening again.